And that all happened 800 years ago, here in this town called Riga.
Hey guys, good morning, it's Tom and welcome to today's video. It's episode 5 of my 4 countries and 10 days mini tour of Northeastern Europe, well, the Baltics and Finland. So I'm still in Riga, Latvia, and I'm about to go down and catch a taxi to the airport because I need to catch my flight to Tallinn, Estonia. Yes, that's right. We're going down to Estonia. I don't know too much about it other than it was an ex-Soviet country. It's part of the EU and they use euros down there. But other than that, I don't know too much about it. So today's video is going to be focusing on my personal first impressions of Tallinn, Estonia, which I'll give you at the end of this video, my first initial impressions of the city and country. So if you haven't checked out my other episodes in this series, I've got episodes 1 to 4, where I focused on Vilnius, Lithuania, and also Riga in Latvia. So there's a link popping up on your screen now, so do check that out. But I'm super excited. I can't believe we're halfway through this series. It's day 5 and I'm going to be traveling for 9 days. So I hope you stay tuned for all the other episodes because after Estonia we're going to be going to Finland. But anyway, I don't want to miss my flight. Let's get down to the airport and catch our flight to Tallinn. So I've made it into the airport. I'm still on standby for my flight, but I'm at the boarding gate, so I'm just going to wait for my seat number. I guess she said that I should be able to get a seat, so fingers crossed for that. But anyway, just FYI, apparently you can't video or take pictures anywhere in Riga airport, which, okay, I know there's some security measures, but other airports in the world, I've never had the problem, but just FYI, that's why I'm just hoping no one's looking at me now. So I'll have a chat to you when we get to Tallinn. Okay, so from one park inn to the next, I was in the park inn in Riga, and now I'm in the park inn again here in Tallinn. So the weather is super gloomy outside. I'm not quite sure what I can do. I'm gonna take a bit of a nap for a little bit, then figure out what to do for the rest of the day. The flight from Riga to Tallinn, quick 30 minutes. I didn't even feel it. I felt like I was just going to the mall. That's how fast it was. So the taxi from Tallinn airport to the city center, my hotel's right in the central part. It's only 10 euros, so I suggest taking a taxi to save you all the hassle. I'm just really sad with the clouds and the grey skies. I was hoping it would be like Vilnius and Riga, where it would be sunny and bright and I can wear shorts, but now I'm gonna have to look for a jumper or a sweater somewhere because it's only 16 to 18 degrees at the moment. Anyway, let me take a quick nana nap and we'll start going out and exploring the first few hours of Tallinn here. So see you in a bit. It's getting quite chilly at the moment, that's why I've got my jacket on. But we can't really do much today. The clouds are out, everything's looking a bit grey, and I don't really want to film the amazing sights here in Tallinn without some sun, and that's going to pop out tomorrow apparently. So I decided to get something to eat. I found this really nice restaurant called Olde Hansa just behind me. It's really famous because of its medieval vibe, so they really try and make sure that you have a medieval dining experience. So I'm super excited to go inside and have something not quite normal or what you would expect. Let's take a look inside Olde Hansa and have some nice Estonian medieval food. So I finally got my seat here in Olde Hansa, and this place just looks completely medieval. It's crazy, and I just ordered the dark honey beer, and it comes in this. It comes in like a little clay jar. It's super nice and very authentic, and I can't wait to try it actually. I've been recommended by a few people already on Instagram what I should order here. So this is the 500 ml version, and it's already a lot, but let's try it I guess. Really nice. I was asking the waitress if it was sweet, and she mentioned it was a tad bit sweet, but actually it's really complementary, the flavor to the beer. It's got that hint of sweetness which I like, and I'm not usually a fan of beer. I'm not usually a fan of dark beer, but this dark honey beer is amazing, so thanks to all of those that did suggest that to me on Instagram. But for dinner tonight, I asked the waitress as well, I wanted something super medieval and local, so she suggested the oven-baked herb and juniper cheese. So let's see how that comes. But what I was super interested with was I got some game sausages. You know how they make sausages, but they're using game meats. So my sausages are going to have wild boar, elk, and bear. So I can't imagine how that's going to taste. Interesting, so let's see how it is in the end. Super excited. Amazing experience here so far. The interior is amazing, so let's wait for our starter and see how dinner is tonight. So in the meantime, cheers. So I've got my starter, and it is the oven-baked herb and juniper cheese with kind of like a very rustic bread. Super simple, but I wanted something simple too because the main's going to be quite different, let's just say. But let's have a taste of this oven-baked cheese. I mean, you can't really go wrong with melted cheese here. It's so good. Super good. It's just basically mozzarella cheese, and they put a lot of herbs through it and nuts too, so I love how there's that crunchy aspect into this starter. So amazing, and I can't wait for the main course. So I've just gotten my main course, and it's a pretty big portion. Just FYI, when you are coming here, just make sure you understand that it's really big portions in this restaurant. Now, you get a lot of medieval sides. That's what the waitress told me, it's medieval. You've got the smoked sauerkraut, you've got ginger turnip, and here are those 3 sausages. So inside these sausages are the minced wild boar, which is like a pig, bear, and elk. So let's see if it does have that gamey taste. In the middle here, there's the horseradish as well, in case you just want to like cut the flavor, because sometimes it's a little bit strong. Let's dive right in, I guess. I just went straight for the sausage because that's what I was interested in. Let's taste a little bit of the sausage first. It's very well seasoned, perfectly cooked. You know, to those who are a little bit put off by eating gamey meats or sausages, this is the best way to start eating it, I guess, is in a sausage form, because sometimes when you have it when it's just grilled or something, you can really taste the kind of gaminess in it. So start off with the sausages. That's why I got the sausages first, and you can't go wrong, because you won't really taste the difference, to be completely honest. But yeah, this sausage is perfect, and we'll go through the sides one by one. So just finished dinner at Olde, Hansa, just behind me. I'm so happy that I chose to eat there. I know that there's a lot of touristy type of restaurants in old cities around Europe, but I really wanted to go inside because I heard that you can have a true medieval experience, and that's what I got. As soon as you enter the building, you're greeted by people in medieval costumes, and they even talk to you in character to make you really feel like you're having that true medieval experience. The food is a little bit more expensive than what you would get in any other restaurant around Tallinn, but hey, you're actually paying for the experience, which is amazing. Inside, they're also going to be singing, they're dancing, they're playing musical instruments to really get you in that mood. And there's also a shop inside where you can get some souvenirs and things that would normally only be sold in the medieval time. When I went inside, it was really funny because the shopkeeper was really talking to me like she is still from the medieval period. She asked me, "Where are you from?" I said, "Australia." She said, "Okay, far away." And she asked me, "How did you get here?" And I said, "I came on a plane." And she said, "Plane?" Like she never knew what it was. Then I realized, okay, she's trying to act out that she's from the medieval period and there weren't any planes that time. So I explained to her I came on a horse with wings. And then she was just like, whoa, I've never seen that before. That's a true example of the waiters and waitresses and staff acting out their characters of the medieval period, which is amazing. So that's really going to add onto your experience. The waitresses and waiters, they're super nice. I will always recommend something good for you. Also keep in mind, like I mentioned earlier, big portions, so they're good to share. I couldn't finish my food, to be honest. If you do want a true medieval experience, which is what Tallinn is known for, then head down to Olde Hansa, where you can get that experience and then some more, and you'll be able to tell all your friends about it too when you get home. So anyway, let's start walking back to the hotel. It's starting to get a bit dark and really cold, and then I'll continue my first impressions of Tallinn there. Okay, so first impressions of Tallinn, well, my personal first impressions. Well, to be quite honest, I've only been here for about 4 or 5 hours, so my first impressions are going to be quite limited, considering the fact that I had a whole itinerary of what we were going to do today. However, I didn't feel like I should have gone to these places because the weather is completely grey and dark, and I didn't want to go around videoing really important landmarks and beautiful architecture when the weather is not going to do it justice. When it's more sunny, the buildings are going to look amazing, they're going to pop, and they're going to make you feel like, I want to go to Tallinn. Tomorrow is forecasted to be sunny, so I'm leaving it tomorrow, so it's going to leave me double the amount of things to visit and see. So do stay tuned for my Old Town tour of Tallinn, Estonia in episode 6, which will be tomorrow. My first impressions so far in 4 to 5 hours in Tallinn, Estonia. Well, before coming here, I was expecting it to be not really the same, but in the same mindset and feel and culture as Latvia and Lithuania, but I'm completely wrong. You know, I feel like I'm more in a Nordic or Scandinavian country, which is pretty funny considering it's sharing borders with Latvia and Russia. And then the funny thing about that is there was a local that actually asked me in the restaurant, what's your impressions of Estonia? And I told them, well, I feel like I'm in Scandinavia and not in a Baltic country or an ex-Soviet country. And she said, yeah, that's actually, it started in the 1920s or so when they started kind of becoming more Nordic and Scandinavian. And you can clearly see that from the way they act, the way they talk. They're happy, upbeat. You know, I'm half Norwegian myself, and whenever I go back to Norway and visit relatives, I'm always thinking, why does everyone talk like they're singing or something? And it's kind of like that in Estonia. You know, the Estonian language does have some roots of Finnish in it, so maybe that's what makes me feel like it's a bit more Nordic and Scandinavian in a sense. The people here are really friendly, approachable. You can ask them anything and they'll always give you a helping hand, which was really, really nice considering the experience I had in Riga, Latvia. And if you haven't checked that out, make sure you go back to episode 3 where I give you my first impressions of Riga and Latvia. The Estonians are very proud of their history, just going to souvenir stores. I got some fridge magnets, by the way, which I'll show you in a bit. But going into the souvenir shop, the lady that owned the place, she was telling me a lot of stories and history about Estonia, and even at the medieval restaurant that we went to, they just absolutely love and embrace their whole background in medieval culture and how they really kept the old town of Tallinn intact as much as possible. Another thing is that it's quite inexpensive. It's at par with Riga and almost Lithuania. It's a little bit more expensive than Lithuania. It's not going to break your budget coming down here, so always think about that when you're planning your Baltic country holiday in the future. So Tallinn isn't expensive compared to Scandinavian countries or the major European countries a bit more down south. Let's take a closer look at my fridge magnets. I love fridge magnets, and I think I'm gonna do a surprise for you guys in the future with all the fridge magnets that I've been collecting. This is the national boy and girl of Estonia. They are super cute, and first I just saw the boy, and then the lady at the shop told me that there was a girl too, so I got them both as a pair. I didn't feel like they were gonna be good apart. Another thing that I got was this handcrafted from wood, and as you can see, these little rocks on the side here, they're actually from the stones of the sea that is just off of Estonia, so that's really, really nice. Amber rocks, I think they call them. And I always get 4 fridge magnets in every place I go to. Estonia, Tallinn, fridge magnet, which has got the old city buildings on the front of it right there. And lastly, I always have to get something a little bit silver too. I just got this one. Well, not too silver, kind of like bronzy. But I loved how it's got the Estonian flag and the colors on top there with Tallinn. So those were my fridge magnets that I got. I thought I'd get my shopping out of the way because tomorrow I've got a lot of things planned. So if you have been to Tallinn, Estonia, and you want to give us some tips, hit that comment box below and share your tips with the community on my channel in case they are going to Tallinn, Estonia too. Also, check out my social media links, Instagram, message me if you do have tips I always ask for. I do a lot of poll questions or just open-ended questions that will really help out on my channel on what video I should do next, or if I'm going to a certain country, you might be able to give me some tips for my vlog that I'll be doing there. Check out my channel if you haven't seen any of my other videos. Do head to my channel. I might have some other cities and countries that I have been to that you're planning to go to, and I could give you some tips too. And if this is the first episode that you're seeing, do make sure you head over to episode 1 so you can get a whole in-depth review of the Baltic countries and Finland too for this series. So until tomorrow morning, I'm gonna figure out my itinerary for tomorrow. I've got to readjust everything, and fingers crossed the weather's going to be beautiful. I can feel it. So I can't wait to go out and explore more of the old city, and I'm going to eat some more yummy Estonian food, so I can't wait for that. So let's get some sleep, and I'll see you all in the vlog tomorrow morning.